Hi, I'm Mark from Building Small Engine. Today we'll be working on a Champion 3500 watt running watts generator. They drop it off the other day, and as soon as we unload it out of their truck, you could tell that bad gas hit. So before I even brought it in the shop, I drained the gas out. The hole inside of the tank was still sticky, so I put like about 16 ounces of acetone in there. That's like acrylic lacquer thinner is what I use. Swished it around, got the tank all looking nice, so I can just imagine what the carburetor looks like. So we'll tear the carburetor apart and see if we can't get this thing running again. So hope you enjoy the video. Okay, we'll go ahead and pop this air filter assembly off. And looks like we have 4 8mm bolts to take this cover off till we get to the 2 nuts that take the carburetor off. Try a Phillips on them. That frame for the gas tank's kind of in the way there. On some of these, you actually have to loosen or take the motor off the frame. They got these all compact in here. I'll take out this vent tube, and we need to use a 10mm. Grab an extension here. Then the back on the bottom down here, there's a bolt we got to take out here on the back side of these. And once I get this carburetor off, I'm going to drain the oil, because sometimes when the carburetors get all gummed up, if you don't shut the gas off, the gas will run right through and they'll get that gas in the oil. So this will be on the safe side. We'll put fresh oil in there. Got this little gasket right here. You gotta be careful so we don't tear it. There we go. And we'll take this clamp off to get the fuel line off. And just kind of gently break it loose so you don't tear it. We'll pull it back a little bit, and we'll pop out the governor linkage and the spring, and it comes right off. And I'm going to clean the outside of this before we tear it apart, so don't get none of this debris on the inside. But now I think I'm going to drain the oil now. Clean a lot of it off, but see that yellow? That yellow, that's the gas. I mean, it stinks. It stinks bad. So now get a pan, and we'll loosen up this, either this nut here or the nut on the other side, whichever one the less mess. So it's right over this frame rail. Well, it's black. Oh, you can smell that raunchy gas in that too. So we're just gonna let that drain while we're working on this carburetor. Okay, we'll take this bowl off here. This is a 10mm. See that gas? That yellow? Oh, that thing was stuck on there. See, look at that. That's ethanol. So that happens when it sits. So we're definitely going to have to boil this thing out. Let's go ahead and take this pin out. And your main jet's in there. I'm not even going to try to take it out till we get this thing boiled out, because you can see all that crap in the threads. So I'll go turn on the ultrasonic carburetor cleaner system, and we'll stick this in there. It should look like brand new by the time it's done. So we'll stick these in there. We'll run it for like 25 minutes. Well, as the oil's being drained and the carburetor's being cleaned, we might as well put a new plug in here. Burning kind of city there. These have these cheap plugs that we're going to put a NGK in there and gap it about between 33 and 35. We're going to use a BPR5ES. I like NGKs on these kind of motors. Go ahead and put the spark plug boot back on. Okay, now let's come back when the carburetor's all cleaned out. Okay, we just got out of the cleaning system, and as you can tell, looks way better than it did. So before we put this back together again, we're going to take out this pilot jet right here and just make sure that's clean. And take your carburetor cleaner and shoot it in the main jet. And make sure it shoots a nice stream inside the carb venturi there. We'll unscrew this. On a generator, it's fixed set, but on other ones, just gotta remember how far it was on the other side when you screw it back in. Just pop these right out of there. And there's a little hole right here, and there's two big ones on the sides. Just cover one up. And you can see that's still plugged up. Now it'll cause it to surge. So I like to use a little piece of wire. I take a piece of wire that came off a flywheel brake cable on a push motor. Just stick it in there and make sure you see it in that big hole. And I twist it around, make sure you get all that gunk out of there. And it shoots out a nice stream now. Then take your air hose and blow it out real good. Then take your carburetor cleaner and clean in there real good. Go ahead and blow that out. So now we can reinstall it. There's an O-ring right here. Make sure that O-ring's in good shape. Just press it in there. Then this here, that's what keeps it in place. And it's about sticking out about that far right there. Rubber on the needle still looks really good. Just wipe that, clean it really good. If it's in bad shape, to replace the needle. Well, this one looks like it's in good shape. Get that put in there. And before you tighten that down, this side goes against the motor, turn it so you can get to that drain plug real easy. Now we can go and install that now. It looks like the oil's all done over there, so let's go ahead and put that plug in there real quick. Now let's go to the other side here and we'll put the oil in so we don't forget about that. And on these motors, they use a 1030 blend oil. And as you can see, that frame rail right here that goes across, see that oil runs across that. Get that wiped off real good. We'll put like 16 ounces in there and check it. There's this crosshatch on the dipstick here, kind of between 3/4 and up to the top one is adequate. I don't even register yet, so kind of coming out the top a little bit. Put like 20 ounces in there. Okay, so now we know it has nice, clean, fresh oil in there. Let's go back to the other side and put that carburetor on. Make sure this gasket on here is in good shape. And we'll grab that governor rod. Pop it in place there. And we'll grab that spring. There's a little hole on the side over here. That pops into place. Okay. Well, let's hook up the fuel line. Put that clamp on. Get the one put on top here on the fuel shut off. Put our gasket on. And the base of our air filter. We'll just start these two 10mm nuts on the carburetor here. So we got to put that bolt in the back. put them on there tight, and sometimes that bottom bolt ain't lined up. I'll go and tighten that bottom bolt up here real quick. Okay, now we can tighten them two nuts over here. I gotta take it back off because that choke lever, there's a piece of metal that catches it so it don't let it fall off. There we go. That way it locks into place so it don't vibrate off there. They don't have no choke lever. Okay, and this, make sure that's working, and just double check your governor linkage here is all working properly. Now we got to put our vent tube in the top of the air filter base here. Just like that. Put these little 8mm bolts in here. That's where the foam air filter sets in there. This rod's kind of in the way over here. Make sure we screw it in there straight so we don't strip it. And we don't want to tighten these up till we get all 4 of them in there. Okay. Then on our foam filter, make sure it's not tore or falling apart. We'll blow this out with the air hose. Get that put in there. Go and put our snaps on. There we go. Now all we gotta do now is add some nice premium fuel to it, and we'll see if we can't get it started. Okay, I just put some premium in there. Put the choke on. Turn the fuel on. Turn the machine on. Okay. Well, there you go. Seems like running like it's supposed to. It runs just like brand new. See, it's missing the plastic cover over that voltmeter thing. But other than that, it seems to work good. Anyways, I appreciate you watching the video. And if you like my videos, please press the like button and subscribe. Anyways, you have a good afternoon. Bye.